First of all, I'd say to all nominees, as you know, one of the Tennessee Valley Authority's main responsibilities is to ensure energy security to the federal facilities that provide power to over 10 million people living in the southeast region of the United States. In 2019, the Tennessee Valley Authority became the first utility in the nation to receive an early site permit from the Nuclear Regulatory Commission to license small modular reactors at the Clinch River nuclear site in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Energy security leads to electric grid reliability, and Americans must continue to have grid reliability in the future. So I'd just say to all three of you, do you believe that the nuclear should continue to be part of the power mix at the Tennessee Valley Authority? And would you agree that nuclear is vital to keeping the lights on and ensuring grid resilience? Starting with you, Mr. Rennick.
Thank you, Senator. I do believe that there must be a mix of fuel to energize our grid. Nuclear needs to be a part of that. I do also believe that that America has the ability and the technology to produce safe, clean nuclear along with other fuels.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Very good. Thank you. Mr. White.
Thank you, Senator. I've read about the SMRs that you're talking about in Clinch River. Fascinated by it. The thought of the new technologies that are coming our way are something that I think TVA has a chance to be at the forefront of leading that and learning new ways and seeing how we can become more efficient. I know they have done some updates recently at some of the nuclear sites now, which has dramatically increased the ability to produce electricity. So yes, I see nuclear as a strong part of what we do in the future.
All right, thank you. Mr. Rich.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the question. Advanced nuclear projects, I think, are critical to the future of TVA and the security necessary for our grid. So, yes, I do agree.
All right, thank you very much. And I'd say to the three of you, as you know, the Tennessee Valley Authority has announced plans to close both units of the Cumberland, Tennessee coal power plant, which generates enough electricity each year to power 1.1 million homes. Considering the coal plant's significant power output, in April of 2022, the TVA announced its preferred replacement for the first unit to be a natural gas-powered plant. Despite the economical and timely environmental benefits that natural gas provides, this decision upset many climate alarmists who oppose any fossil fuel generation. So I would say to all nominees, do you agree that the Tennessee Valley Authority's leading priority when deciding to replace any existing power plant should be ensuring that customers continue to receive reliable and low-cost electricity? Yes, sir.
Thank you, Senator. I do believe strongly in the Tennessee Valley mission of providing low-cost, safe, reliable energy. You know, I think back to those small companies like TCI in my hometown. They must have reliable energy in order to produce for the livelihoods for the people that work there. Mm-hmm. I'm a big believer in the mix. I can only commit to you that I will study this as much as I possibly can, try to make decisions based on facts, but also using that common sense that has served me well.
Yeah, there's no rule that you can't use common sense, in spite of some people who have tried. And I appreciate your comments very much on that. You know, you're dealing with something here that is, it's life-threatening. This is not a little deal. This is important. This is our ability to compete in the real world. And you folks are in a very good position, and you have excellent backgrounds, all three of you, in pursuing this effort here. I'd say, ask the same question, Mr. White.
Thank you, Senator. I'm looking at it from the outside. I'm not privy to all the information that has been provided to previous boards, but I can tell you this: when I go to looking at how is our mix going to be, one thing I've noticed is they plan out 10, 20 years in advance. So we have to take into consideration everything, things from your staff, hopefully, that you'll provide us, TVA, all the different things that we've got to look at. So I don't come into this with an agenda, but I want to make sure that we are providing the lowest cost possible, and it's clean, and it's reliable, and it's resilient, and it's sustainable. And when I match those things up, we can use our common sense that we were talking about. So,
well, I think that includes common sense, and that's a good statement. I appreciate that. You got to keep in mind what this is really for, and you also you touched on something there, I think, Mr. White, that is significant, and that is this is. There may be things that are popular today, and maybe those same things won't be quite as popular 6 months from now. But nonetheless, the mission goes on, and you got to keep providing. And while some things will become popular and unpopular to different administrations, your mission's obvious. You got to keep it pumping out there so people know that they are going to be able to live their lives. That's all. Yes, sir, Mr. Rich.
Thank you, sir, for the question. The closing of the coal plants in the history of my time on the board is because they were obsolete, and so the need for replacement power is obviously there. So, yes, I think we have to look at all types of forms of generation of electricity because of our need to make sure we have that reliable, safe, clean process in place. And so I think for the main thing for TVA is to always evaluate the options and make sure we're making the best case. And as directors, we look at that, as he said, in a practical sense, but also in a way that reflects the mission of TVA.
Well, and I think also that recognition that times change and priorities change, and we have to have that common sense that was referred to by Mr. Rennick available to us at all times.
There is a vote going on now, but Senator Whitehouse is on his way to take over the gavel. Oh, he's not going. Senator Markey is coming back.
Okay. All right. We have a vote that's taking place right now, and if something should happen, that there's a delay in Senator Markey getting back, I'm going to have to go over and cast my vote. It's one of the things that I was elected to do, and I have to keep it up. All right?